Yeah, believe in yourself. Who else gon' believe in you? Who else gon' believe in you? Who else gon' believe in you? Believe in yourself. Yeah. Who else gon' believe in you?
Thanks everybody for tuning in to the Manny Hall Show once again. I have with me Katrice Jones. We're about to get it in, guys. It's going to be very, very inspiring, very encouraging. She's going to share her journey, what's going on with her life, how she's impacting and influencing business, all that kind of stuff. So, Katrice, you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, let's go. Manny Hall Show. Hey, sis, how are you?
Hi, how are you?
I'm doing amazing. Please tell the people your name and what you do.
I'm Katrice Jones. I am the CEO and founder of Network Notions. We are a networking organization of small business owners and entrepreneurs, and we get together monthly for an event called a business card swap night, where we help to teach others how to network effectively.
I love that. So what was the reason you got started?
I used to go to like a lot of vendor events. I've been into network marketing companies, MLM companies, and I would always go to them for support and just to meet new people. Yeah. And I would always walk in and feel like I was more of a dollar sign than a guest, because it's join my team, buy my product, let me tell you why you should do this, let me tell you why you should do that. Yeah. And I felt like it was impersonal. Yeah. So one night I actually came home. And I was like, you know what, I really don't like those events anymore. I was like, we should change how we do this. So I reached out to a friend of mine, and I asked her, I said, I want to host a business card swap night. And I called it a business card swap night because all I wanted people to do was bring their business cards. Gotcha. You couldn't set up no product, no services, anything like that. So she gave me the opportunity. Her name is Missy, and it was at the Fox and the Hound in Parma. Nice. And I did it that one time, and it was a success. Nice. But at the time, I didn't really consider taking it any further. Okay. I was like, okay, I did this once, it was good, and that's it. Gotcha. But the feedback that I got was very encouraging for me to keep doing it. So here we are almost 4 years later, and I am still doing Network Notions business card swap nights.
I love it. That's really exciting. And I definitely think it's very needed within our community to be able to not only create awareness, but for people to take the pressure off of having to try to sell something, but just simply networking. And I guess if someone is interested, they know where to find you at that point. And
I find, Manny, that a lot of people don't know how to network. Yeah. You have some people that think networking is just basically to sell their product, or to get you to join that business. Right. And they forget that networking is about making a connection. Right. Once we connect, and if we have a good connection, whatever your service is or your product is, even if I can't use it, I might be able to help you find someone that can. So your business will grow, but you just can't go in it with that's the only thing you're looking to get out of it is a sale.
Absolutely. And I think it's more about building a relationship as well. Correct. And I think a lot of people don't know how to build a relationship.
Very true. I've discovered with doing my events that sometimes it's funny when you see people, a lot of people really don't know how to tell you what it is that they do. Yeah. They're used to being able to set up a product or let their service talk for them. Right. So with Network Notions, I kind of force you. Not in a bad way. We force you in a nice way to have to communicate with others on what it is that you do. And I can just tell the difference when some business owners stand up, the excitement some have, and then you have some that is just, well, I sell this and I do that. So you can tell the difference with the people that are more comfortable with talking about what it is that they actually do.
I love that. So give us some tips, some helpful suggestions on how to properly network.
How to properly network is to remember that it's not all about you. Okay. We had a discussion on that where we, let it be known that when you're networking with someone, get to know that person. Find a common denominator, whether it's you're both married with grandchildren or you're both trying kind of somewhat have the same drive and the same purpose. Yeah. But never make it seem like the relationship is all about you and what you offer. Right. Let that person tell you who they are, get to know them, and then create that relationship. Okay. Another tip is to be consistent. A lot of times, people will meet people at a networking event and you take the business card and guess where it goes. For women, it probably goes in the bottom of our purse. For men, it might go in your car somewhere in your pocket or it gets thrown away. Yeah, but be consistent and follow up. Meet that person for coffee. It's nothing wrong with meeting somebody and just saying, hey, let's share a cup of coffee. Let's talk about what you do. Let me get to know you a little bit better. And then never being afraid. Yeah. That's how your business will grow. So you have to be willing to come out of your circle. We like to tend to stay in the circles where we're comfortable with, the people that we're comfortable with. And you're only stunning the growth of yourself as well as your business by being afraid to venture out.
Yeah.
Attend events that are not in your local area. You know, take a little maybe 20, 30-minute drive to meet some new people.
Right. I love that. Now, I will definitely say, I don't know about the viewers if they're going to be honest, but I am. Man, I screw up in that area of following up with people. Like, I might have a great conversation with them. Like, oh, I'm going to connect with them. And then I was like, I look at it like, I'm going to contact them maybe Monday and then Tuesday. Then I look at the card for a couple weeks.
And then it's Monday the following week.
Then it's like months go by and I'm still looking at their card. I'm like, let me just throw it away.
And I'm glad that you can admit that, because even me, where I say networking is my superpower, sometimes I'm not the best with remembering to connect afterwards. And it's something that we all struggle with, especially when you have a life outside of whatever it is that your business is. So when you're married, you have kids, some of us are still working 9 to 5s.
Yeah.
So my advice for that is to try and be as consistent as you can. Maybe when you're at the events, tell the person, reach out to me in a couple of days. I would love to connect with you.
Yeah.
A lot of times what I do is, because we have a business card swap night, so everybody comes and you just swap your business cards. So for me, since I'm usually networking with the people and hosting, I have them drop their cards in a bucket. So when I get home, I pull all the cards out the bucket and I try my best to shoot them a message via Facebook. I friend request them. I tell people, if we're not friends, send me a friend request.
Gotcha.
And then I try to kind of get to know them through their social media. Lately this year, I've been really making it my business to meet people and have coffee. So like last week, I met 3 new people that's in my networking group, and we had coffee. I have a couple appointments lined up for next week.
Yeah.
So it's just, when I think about it, let me connect with them. I try and then some people will reject it. I'll be honest. I've had some people that don't follow up and don't respond, and that's okay.
Yeah.
We don't mesh with everybody,
right,
and that's expected. But those that want to connect with you, just keep that communication open.
I like that. I like that a lot. So, I got an idea. And tell me what you think.
Okay.
So maybe I can come to one of the nights and do like mini interviews with some of the people.
It's funny you say that, because I was going to tell you after we were done here, Manny, I'm going to add you to the group, because we have a private group on Facebook.
Okay.
And we keep it private because I don't want it to become saturated with a lot of people advertising and just using it to advertise their business.
Exactly. Yeah.
I want it to stay structured. We are like a little networking family, and I don't want to tarnish that. So I will definitely invite you. We're at the Holiday Inn.
Okay.
March, we start back at the Holiday Inn every 3rd Wednesday of every month from 6 to 9. Our networking event is free.
So you said it's on Wednesdays? Or
it's on Wednesdays. Every 3rd Wednesday of the month from 6 to 9 at the Holiday Inn on Rockside in Independence.
Nice.
We're in the lounge, and our events are free, and you get appetizers from 6 to 7.
Cool. I like it. So what made you really want to do this all the time? I
love people. I am a people person. Even though I'm shy, people never believe me when I say that, but I love to help people. I think I'm just a helper by nature. Everything I've done my whole life has been a type of position where I've been helping someone. And I enjoy watching people connect. I enjoy hearing people say, what attending Network Notions has done for them on a personal level as well as their business. Sometimes even at the events, I'll just kind of sit back and look at the people while they're communicating and making up arrangements to meet later. Gotcha. And that's what makes me happy. It's like, I feel we need more of that. We need more of helping other people to blossom just as we want to blossom. Right. My joke is I always tell people it's lonely at the top, so I got to make sure I can take people with me. So when we're up there partying, it's not like Katrice is up there all by herself. So I think sometimes we become so selfish where we feel it's a problem to help and educate and give information to other people because we're afraid, well, she might take it and do something with it before I can do something with it, or she might get there faster than me. And we have to remove that mentality. We have to be willing to help embrace each other. You know, if you know somebody is struggling with something, help them if you can.
Yeah.
Or direct them to someone that can help them.
That's it.
So with Network Notions, that's what we do. We try our best. If I can't help you, somebody in the group might have some information for you. You know, if you need help with the business plan, we have people in there that are willing to meet up with you and help you.
That's awesome.
And that's what we're supposed to do. That's how you help other businesses grow. And that's how you grow.
Yeah.
You know, your blessings come from blessing others.
Gotcha. So is there a charge for?
We don't charge for our monthly meetings. Our monthly meetings are free. We're going to start doing workshops this year in the morning. We're going to call them breakfast business workshops. So those will have a small fee.
Yeah, that makes sense.
We had a gala last year around Christmas, and that has a small fee. But our monthly meetings right now are free. We do door prizes and things like that. So the monthly events are free right now.
I love that. Yeah, and I think it's really important for you to start doing these workshops, seminars, conferences, all of that, because center around different areas, a specialty where people really need for their business, that's huge.
Yeah, it is. Because you find, and I found a lot of people, they start a business, and we're all kind of guilty of it. Some of us, we miss the foundation pieces. So we start this business because we want to have our own. We might not want to work for anybody anymore. So we just jump out there and we start a business.
Right.
And we forget some of the small little pieces, that we need a business bank account, that we need to register our business with the state, that we need a business plan, you know, that we need to be legally covered with our business. And that's what Network Notions does. We help to, I always have a speaker that's going to give you business information, whether it be, you know, protecting your family, making sure that your business is secured. So I always try and have people leave with, oh, wow, I learned that at Network Notions. I didn't know that. So it's more than us just coming together and sharing a drink or, you know, a meal. We're actually really, really networking.
Gotcha. Now, let's take a step back and talk about your journey. Apart from Network Notions, like... tell us about you. We want to learn about Katrice Jones.
Well, Katrice Jones, let's see. Where do I start? Network Notions is not the only thing that I have my hands in. So I am the type of person that I love to stay busy. So I have my hands in a couple different things. I was always told you should have 7 streams of income. So I'm working on my 7. But I'm a mother of 2, a grandmother of 1. I'm married. I'm a sister, a mother, a daughter, and I love people. I love to bring people together. I love to have people around me. A little bit about my journey is, it hasn't been a very smooth journey. We've all experienced some things that kind of break us down, and then some things that kind of make us realize what it is that we want to do. And I would have to say it had to be like maybe 4 years ago, I realized that I am not the girl that wants to work for someone else for the rest of my life. It's just not, I'm not a cubicle girl. I'm not designed for that. And it's been a struggle because I know, you know, sometimes you have to do things you don't want to do to get where you want to be. And so I still actively work a 9 to 5. I have very big goals for Network Notions, and I understand that it will take me a little bit of time. I don't expect it to happen overnight, but it's something that I'm going to work towards every single day that I'm able to wake up and have breath in my lungs.
Now, before you did Network Notions, you even came up with that whole concept and idea. You were working a regular job, and tell us some of the pain points that made you feel like, you know, I don't really want to.
I was working a regular 2 jobs. So at the time, I was a full-time employee at the Cleveland Clinic. And then I was doing home care part-time. So I would leave Cleveland Clinic, I would come home, and I would do an overnight home care case. And I love home care. I love taking care of the senior population, and that's always been a little passion of mine. So that didn't really bother me. But what struck me was I'm making money for someone else to be able to take vacation whenever they want to, for someone to tell me, no, you can't have this day off. And I just felt like I didn't want to have to struggle like that forever. Like, I didn't want to be that person that retires from a company and I feel like I hadn't gained anything. I started at the end of the day feeling like I hadn't accomplished anything. Like I had an empty feeling, like this is not really what I want to do.
Gotcha.
And I kind of just started talking to God and just asking God to like show me what your purpose for me is. I'm gonna let you lead. I'm gonna follow, and I just want you to show me what you have planned for me, what you want me to do. Everything seemed to be always geared towards me helping somebody. Like with my home care, I did that. Then I started volunteering with hospice, doing notaries. And then I just started attending networking events. And I would just attend them just for the support. Or just because, okay, I'm going to go see who I can meet, get me some new friends and things like that. New business partners. A lot of times it was to see like what other companies were out there and things like that. Because I was not a person that was shy of network marketing. I believe if you work it, if it's compatible for you, some people are very successful.
Yeah.
And then I just kind of like started taking pointers when I would go. I was like, I feel like I'm just a target for a product sale. Like you just want my money. And I didn't like that feeling. And I was like, I want to change how people network. I want to put the getting to know you back into networking because that's important. I mean, once you get to know a person, your relationship will take off totally different as opposed to, you know, hey, Manny, come over here and buy these candles that I got. And then when you get the candles, then that's it. So I'm not creating a relationship with you. I'm not making you feel like I really want to get to know you as well as do business with you. And I thought that that was important.
Right. Absolutely. Now, you know, what's also important is, you know, with every individual that I have on the show is really to capture their story. And their journey, not only as an entrepreneur, but just life period. Because what I've learned over time is people will oftentimes have an easier time buying into your business when they really know who you are. So, Katrice, like, let's really dive into you. Like, what was one of the toughest things that you've ever experienced in life period?
I have two of the toughest things.
Okay.
I'm going to cheat a little bit.
Okay.
One was divorce.
Okay.
That was very tough for me. I made it through. It was tough because it wasn't something that I wanted to have to deal with.
Yeah.
But I realized, and now I look back at how much I've grown as an individual.
Right.
Through that situation.
Gotcha.
And that was very hard for me. But I bounced back. But I would have to say the hardest thing that I have had to deal with in my whole life, and I don't want to cry, was losing my grandmother. Because she was a very strong piece of my life.
Gotcha.
So now it'll be 5 years this year that she's been gone. So I find myself that everything I do it because I say my grandmother will be proud of me. And not that she left here disappointed in any of her grandchildren, but it's just she is the force that makes me constantly keep working.
Gotcha.
You know, our grandmother always told us, she instilled in us, you know, you want to make sure you can live life and enjoy life. You don't want to struggle. And that's what gives me adrenaline when I do feel down. You know, it's like my grandmother will want me to keep pushing. So dealing with the loss of someone that you really care about is hard, especially when my grandmother was very close to me. So it was something that it kind of threw me back for a while. So I still sometimes go through like a little depression phase with it.
Gotcha.
Like I was just saying, my birthday is Monday and I don't have a birthday mood. And I had to admit it's because, you know, the following month I deal with the passing of my grandmother. So
Gotcha.
it's just,
so it's
some days are better than others.
Gotcha. That makes sense.
But she was a very good foundation for our family. So it's just like everything I do, I say I have to do this because I know my grandmother is looking down on me and she's saying, you know, I'm proud of you.
Yeah.
And
what was your name for grandma?
Granny.
Granny.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
She was Granny.
That's awesome. So, you know, when you talk about that whole process, so every year is kind of difficult around your birthday then for you, huh?
You know what, Manny? I'm going to be honest with you. Some years, last year it wasn't.
Okay.
And it seems like it hits me at different times. But this year, for some reason, and normally my birthday is a big holiday in my mind. You know, yeah. I'm like, my birthday's coming up. I'm talking about my birthday in December.
Gotcha.
So my family's kind of tired of it by now anyway. But it's like about 2 weeks ago, I just kind of realized, like, I really miss her. You know, I miss sharing, like, the things that I'm doing with her. And it just kind of, like, took me down a little bit. But
Gotcha.
I'll bounce back. But, you know, it is hard to deal with. And I tell anybody that it's a process.
Yeah.
And some days will be better than others. And you have to just embrace that moment that you're going through at that time.
Right.
thank God I have a lot of friends in my circle that have been very supportive.
Absolutely.
And that keep me, in a positive spirit as much as they possibly can. And, working on Network Notions is also something that helps me deal with that. Because it's like, okay, Katrice, get off your own self and feed into others. And that's my thing. Like, I enjoy feeding into others. And I do sometimes blame my grandmother for that, because that's what she taught us. She always taught us to help other people. If you can help somebody, help them. Don't let them use you, but you can help them. And I'm a helper by nature. I love to help people if I possibly can.
So you talked about your friends and how supportive they can be for you sometimes. Now, why is that important to have supportive friends by your side as an entrepreneur?
Oh, it's very important. It's important for a lot of reasons, but just because it's like you all push each other. You're only as strong as the people in your circle. So when you have friends that are purpose-driven, you're going to be purpose-driven. Yeah. So it's like you all are constantly always pushing each other, and that's what you want. You want friends that can understand sometimes you have to be uncomfortable, and I did a talk on that last week. Like, you have to be able and willing to be uncomfortable to get to your next level. So being uncomfortable may mean, I might not be able to go out to dinner with you all this weekend, because I need to work on something for my business. So it's having people in your circle that understand Katrice might not always be accessible to us, but we know what she's trying to do, but we're just going to make sure we're there for each other when we need to be. And then a lot of times I tell people, you can't discuss that with people that don't understand an entrepreneur mindset.
Right.
Some people don't understand, like, you have to give up a lot of yourself up. Like, you with doing this. You spend a lot of time out doing this away from home. But you are realizing that you have to be uncomfortable doing this because you know where it's going to eventually take you.
Absolutely. That's an excellent point. Now, I realize that you are like grinding hard, and I appreciate that.
I don't know when I sleep no more.
Now, when you first started with Network Notions, what were some of the challenges that you experienced?
I experienced the challenges with not having people support you. Okay. And it was people that were the closest to me. Like, I just knew when I started doing this, like, family and close friends would come to my event. It's free. Right. Why wouldn't you come? It's free. Yeah. And I kind of had to not worry about that. And it's hard. So when I hear people and see people post, like, I'm not getting support and it hurts, I definitely understand what that feels like. Yeah. But I will tell anybody that you cannot let that stop you, because sometimes not getting that support is what you need to keep pushing you. Gotcha. Because you need to reach out there and get people. The support will come. Right. But you have to understand, and even now, some months I might see 40 people come through the door for an event. Sometimes I might see 20, and that's okay, because the people that are there are the people that need to be there, right, and the people that are supposed to be there. Right. So,
and then, let's just talk about that part for a minute, just in terms of events, that most people are like moved and swayed by numbers. Mm-hmm. But for me, it's more of the impact. Mm-hmm. So if you got 3 people at the event, that's great. Yeah. Because if you can impact those 3 and they go out and do something great, that's a win. But I think that sometimes we get so impressed by numbers, and we lose the importance of impact. Yeah. Because, there's tons of individuals having events all over the city of Cleveland and wherever you are in your city, if you're watching. We can't be focused on those numbers.
And I think sometimes the reasons why people focus on the numbers is because they're looking at the money.
Yeah.
I need to get these people through the door because of this money that could possibly come through. Mm-hmm. I was meeting with one of the young ladies that's doing an event in my networking group. Okay. And she was saying how, we were talking about her event, and all she kept saying was how much money she could make from pulling this event off. Yeah. And I'm like, don't go in it thinking like that. Mm-hmm. Don't think about the money, because you're going to be sadly disappointed. Yeah. And if that's all that you're driving to do is make money, you need to stop and change the whole way of your thinking for it. Yeah. Look at the quality of the people that will be there, not the quantity. Yeah. So if you're thinking, okay, I need to sell 20 tickets and you only sell 5, you're going to have a horrible attitude with that event, because you feel it wasn't successful. But what if you get those 5 people that come there, take what you're giving them and learn from it, and then they connect with you more after that. Yeah. So it's like we have to, like you said, get away from looking at the numbers. The numbers they're not important. You want to look at the impact that you're making on the people that come through that door.
That's it. So for those that are currently in network marketing companies, multi-level marketing companies, and they got in because of the money, what would you say to them?
I wish you the best of luck. Because it goes in phases, and that's with anything. Like, I'll tell people, I've been doing Avon since I was probably 18. That was the first network marketing company I ever joined, and I still do Avon, but I do it like more so because I like some of their products.
Gotcha.
And it wasn't. I mean, some people are very successful. I think too, it depends on who you are, where you are.
Right.
But it comes in moments. Like, you could be doing really good with sales, and then, you know, you get a time where, because people don't need the product every day.
Right.
It's not something people need every day that they get up.
Right.
So you have to understand that you're going to have your high moments and your low moments. But what are you going to do when you're having those low moments?
Yeah.
Are you going to have something else that's funneling in? Are you going to take that Avon and maybe do a spin-off, maybe do gift baskets or something like that? So it's like revamping and looking at it and say, okay, I have this. Maybe if I take this and make this with it, it can produce a little bit more at a time where I'm having a slow moment.
That makes sense. That's really good advice.
And then if you're doing network marketing, get with something that you enjoy. I tell people, don't join a company just because you go to a meeting and they tell you that you're going to make all this money. If it's something you're not passionate about, then you can't do it. Like, for me, you know, someone wanted me to do a weight loss product. And one time I kind of played with it, but then when I lost the passion for it, I can't tell you to buy something that I don't even seem excited about. Like, there's just no way possible to do that. So I'm the type of person that if I don't like it, I have a hard time selling it to somebody else.
True.
Like, I have a hard time convincing you to like
That's true.
something that I don't even like.
Exactly.
So,
and I think that's why a lot of people have problems with success in a lot of network marketing companies, because they see this great opportunity to make money, but the product itself, they don't believe in.
Right.
Or they think it's cool, it could work because they see the benefits, but they're like, I don't like it enough for me to really promote it and sell this, but I'm just going to tell people about it and hopefully they bite on it.
Yeah, and to me, that's the wrong. You won't be successful long. You might do it for a minute, but it's gonna die down very quick.
I believe that too. Now, Katrice, what motivates you?
What motivates me? My kids, my family, and myself. I look at how my parents and my grandmother worked every single day. Like, my mom still works, my dad works, and I look at how hard my parents work. And I say, you know, I don't want to be working that hard at their age.
Gotcha.
And that's what I look at. Like, I want to be able to enjoy my grandkids. You know, I want to be able to enjoy my husband. I don't want us to spend all our time working because we have to work. Now, if we choose to, that's a different thing. But not because we have to, because we know we have to make this mortgage. We have to make these car notes and things like that. So I just want to be able to enjoy life. I don't want to leave this earth not being able to say, you know, I enjoy life. I want to travel. I want to have a good time. And to me, if you're not able to do that, you're kind of cheating yourself on life a lot. Not a little bit, but a lot. Because we're supposed to enjoy the moment. So as much as we work, we need to enjoy. Like, our souls need to get out and play.
That's it.
And I think we have to remember that. Like, as much as you work, you have to take that time to enjoy yourself and others.
Yeah. Give me 5 people that inspire you.
5 people?
Yep.
My mother. My husband inspires me a lot, and he may not know it, but my husband is a very big inspiration for me.
That's awesome. I love it.
My grandmother, of course. My dad. You can tell I'm a family girl.
Okay. Nothing wrong with that.
And I do have a couple of people outside of my circle that inspire me. Brittany Foster, she inspires me, and she used to be my nail tech. She inspires me. And was that my 5?
You got 4. You got 1 more now.
1 more. I inspire myself.
Awesome. Nothing wrong with that. So, you have any last words, Katrice, for entrepreneurs, for mothers, for network marketers, for business people, whoever? Any last words?
My advice is to follow your dreams. Your dreams may not be everybody else's dreams. Don't allow anybody to talk you out of your dreams or to tell you that your dreams are too small.
Yeah.
If it's something that you have right here in your heart to do, do it. You only get one life. And when it's up, whatever choices you didn't make are nobody's fault but your own. So always remember that your journey is your journey. Travel it the way that you and God decide that you should travel it. Don't let anybody deter your path. Stay motivated, stay focused, and network. Networking is key. Get out and meet new people. Don't be afraid to be the stranger in the room. Yeah. A lot of times we don't want to go to things because, I don't know anybody there. That's the best place for you to be.
Yeah.
Go where you don't know anybody, because then that gives you time to grow your circle. I did an event at the beginning of the year, and I talked about how networking is like a plant. So you see those beautiful plants over there. They didn't start out like that. They start out in a little cup, and you leave it in a cup until the roots start to grow. And then you take that and you get a nice little pot, and you get some soil, and you plant it. And that's you. That's your foundation. Your roots of your business started growing. So now you're going to put yourself in some dirt. And what's going to happen is you're going to fertilize that dirt. You're going to water that plant. That plant's going to grow. And then little babies are going to sprout out that plant. That's your networking circle. Right. But eventually, that plant is going to outgrow that pot.
Right.
So now, you have to move into another circle. But you're going to take a little bit of that soil, because that's still good soil. But you're going to add it to some new soil. And you're going to put yourself in a new pot, a bigger pot. And that plant is just going to continue to grow and grow and grow. And then you're going to look up, and your network circle is going to look like that.
Yep.
And that's not how it started. So it's knowing that growth is good. You want to constantly be growing. You want to constantly be broadening your circle, because the more you broaden your circle, the more people you're going to come in contact with. You're going to meet people that, if you just stay in that little intimate circle, that you would have never met. So you have to not be afraid to branch out and be the stranger in the room. It has good benefits, I promise you.
Absolutely. So please provide your contact information for them to get in contact with you and reach you.
You can find me on Facebook, Katrice Jones, and that's Katrice with a K. And you can also look up the group Network Notions. It is a closed group, but you can find it, and we have 3 questions that you have to answer, because we want to make sure that you are local.
Yeah.
So that when people network with you, as opposed to someone that's out of state, we want someone local. So if you do want to meet for coffee, or you do have a service that a person wants, that you all can link up and enjoy each other in a local atmosphere. Absolutely. And then we like to know, why is networking important to you? Some people have different views on networking, so we just want to make sure you feel like we feel when it comes to networking. So you can find me on Facebook. I'm on Instagram. Network Notions is on IG as well. I don't really use my Twitter, but no, Facebook, you can find me.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for being on the show.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, and taking the time out to meet with me. I really, really appreciate it.
I love what you're doing. Keep it up.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that. All right, guys, we're out. Manny Hall Show. Peace.